Lesson 14. Why are the tapes placed where they are? From Learn Violin Fast, Book 1. If you recall part 9, where we discussed the string intersects another line, right? In the violin's case, the string intersects another line at the bridge, and the nut that is called the note. And we measure the string from node to note. So anything past the notes doesn't matter. So what only matters is inside the notes. So from the bridge and from the nut. Nothing outside matters. If you measure the string from its notes to node, a half step will be 5% of the string's length. And a whole step, take a wild guess, will be 10% of the string's length. If you get a violin that already has tapes, or you have a teacher or someone that is more advanced put tapes on you to help you learn how to play, you'll notice that the first tape and the second tapes are big, and the second and third tape are much closer together. Okay? That is because the majority of the beginner music that you're going to learn is going to be a whole step from open string to the first finger, another whole step to the second finger, a half step to the third finger, and then if you have the fourth tape, will be a whole step or a big step again. So very important to understand this little bit of math about the violin and really any string instrument. If you take the strings measurement and you measure 10%, that's going to be your whole step. And a half step will be 5% or half of a whole step. If you know what a guitar's neck or fingerboard looks like, you'll notice that it has very even frets that progressively get smaller. Right? And on a guitar, each fret is a half step. If you're familiar with the piano, any two keys that are next to each other are also going to be half steps. And in piano, the little cool fact is that any two keys are closest to each other are going to be a half step. Some keys, some white keys, have no black key in between, which means they're a half step. And some white keys on the piano have a black key in between them, which means that white to white key is a whole step, and the black key makes the half step. Now, a little fun fact and a little question for you. Since the half and whole steps are a percentage of the string's length, is any whole or half step on one string the same? Let me rephrase it a little bit different. So if you play a whole step, let's say on the G string, is the next whole step the same exact distance? Think about that for a moment. And the answer is no. And this is one of the main reasons why violin is very difficult. Right? If we follow simple logic and math, if we take the string and we make it a whole step shorter, now we'll have to measure the string from node to node, and now the next node is our finger, not the nut. So because the string is now 10% smaller, the next whole step is going to be ever slightly smaller. If you divide the string in half, it will vibrate twice as quickly. And here's a fun little fact. If you go up the string at a half a point, you get the same note, so it's vibrating twice as fast. So if this is G, and everything becomes twice as small. So what was a half step is now a whole step if you divide the string in half. So it's very linear math of where and how the fingers are placed. And although there's no frets, with just simple logic and understanding how the instrument works, it can be a lot easier because you know that, oh, well, if you're up here, it's half as small. If you're here, it's about a third as small. And that will greatly help you to figure out where to place your fingers. Now, since you're learning a lot of new skills, you're holding a violin, you're going to learn how to press and what the strings are, it's very important to repeat new skills more than once. Violin more than difficult is just very awkward. If you think about my proper playing position, this is really, really awkward, right? This is not normal. My head is looking left, my hand is going to be this way, the right hand is going to be moving this way. So more than difficult, violin is just very, very awkward, and all these motions are brand new. So you have to make sure that you follow, we'll call it the power of 10. Because all of these skills are new, you have to at least practice them 10 times a day. So if you're going to hold the violin, let's stand up nice and tall, get it under your right elbow, hold it steady, and you can pluck your strings. You can pluck each one multiple times. You can start to press the strings if you want, or if you have tapes or without tapes. But remember that any new skill, you should repeat more than once, so that way your brain will repeat it when you actually rest. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.